I'm just going to do a quick how-to on applying mascara because I've had a few people ask me to do it. It's a bit of a weird one because it's something we all do every day, and you might be thinking, oh, you're teaching me how to suck eggs, but actually there are a few things that most people don't know that I've picked up along the way that can make your mascara clumpy, or it can make it go smeary. One of the first things is when you're moisturising and you're going to be applying mascara, make sure that you keep the moisturiser away from your eyelids and this kind of area, because your eyelids actually, even if you've got quite dry skin, they can get quite greasy. So they don't need any excess oil on top of them, because if you then apply your mascara, the grease can make it smeary and can make it smudge. It's like smudging breeding ground for mascara. So you can still apply your eye cream, but I would just keep it to underneath and avoid any extra oil on the eyelid and around kind of the brow bone, because when you think about it, your eyelashes, once they've got mascara on, they're hitting that kind of skin, and if they hit it and it's greasy, it's going to leave a smear and it's going to rub off the lashes. My second tip is always curl your lashes, even if you've not got straight lashes. I've got quite straight lashes, so I do really need a curl, but I think the main purpose of mascara is to open up your eyes and to make your lashes look longer. And if your eyelashes are straight, then to everyone else, they're gonna, you won't be able to see the length. But if they're curled, you'll be able to see the length as it's curled up. So I'm going to show you how I curl my lashes. I always use Tweezerman. I think they're great, and they're sold in Boots and Superdrug, and they're quite reasonable. These ones are great because they give you like a little cushion support, which is friendly to the hairs of the lashes. It won't, if you tug on it, then it's not, the metal is not going to dent the lashes. Basically, this cushion helps the curl be more of a bend rather than a crease. Okay, so the second thing is, and I've said this in a video before, always make sure that you rest your elbow on a steady surface, because what happened to me once is I was curling my eyelashes and I was actually on the sink in the bathroom and it was wet, and I wasn't really concentrating, and as I did it, my elbow slipped, went flying, and actually literally half of my eyelashes fell out with it as it slipped. So yeah, that wasn't a great move. So I literally had a bald patch from there to there. They did grow back, thankfully, but yeah, not a good look. So always rest your elbow, not your eyebrows, your elbow on a steady surface as you're doing it. Now, a makeup artist, when you're curling your lashes, one makeup artist that I work with always did it in 3 stages. So it wasn't so much as a like intense curl. She did it like at the tips, then in the middle, then at the root. I find this quite tricky. It's hard enough curling your lashes. You can try it, but it takes a bit longer as well. And I think, you know, we all don't need extra time in the morning to faff around doing our lashes 3 times. You can try it. It is quite a good method, but general everyday today, I just think just clamp it once, basically. So as you're doing it, you want to go in right into the roots. So you want to rest this part on your eyelid, and you want to look forward, obviously not blink. And first of all, just gently do it. You can feel the pinch won't be near your eyelid. You can just feel it pinching the roots of your lashes, and it doesn't hurt. Then gently squeeze, and I do it for about 10 seconds, making sure you've got all the eyelashes in at the same time. There you go. Look at the difference between, I mean, I've not even got any mascara on yet, and look how different they look to this. It's so important to curl your lashes, as I said. Okay, so there's my lashes, both of them curled. Okay, the next thing is choosing your mascara. I mean, there are so many out there available. Some of them have got fatter ones. Some of them have got little wandy spikes on the end. Some of them have got thinner ones for your lower eyelashes. I'll come back to that later. I'm always asked what mascara I use. I've tried loads in my time. Favourites brands are Maybelline, No. 7 do really good mascaras. More premium brands are YSL or Chanel are always great. Lancome too. Always, you know, it's about the effect that you want. If you want more of a natural look, I mean, I've said before, I've got loads of different mascaras for different days. So at the weekend, I'll use the Burt's Bees mascara. It's like nourishing and it's not really volumizing or thick. A good one that I'm using at the moment is Kush mascara, which is really volumizing and lengthening. Need a bit of an extra curl, then YSL have got this lash curler effect mascara, which is great. I love that too. Another favourites that I've got going on at the moment is this Bourjois. Again, another eye-catching extreme volume. That's really great for volume. If your eyelashes are quite sparse, then always look for a volumizing one. And what other ones do I like? Max Factor Masterpiece, that's high volume too. That's really great. I've just got a few of my favourites out. And Max Factor Rise and Shine as well. That's a good one. Yeah, Max Factor's always good. Okay, so when it comes to applying your mascara, the one thing that drives me mad, you know, if you ever see people on the train and they're putting their mascara on and I mean, I don't really want to do it because it's just so against my kind of mascara rules, is that they pump the wand in and out. I'll do it quickly like that to get all the mascara on the wand. Don't do it. It basically dries it out. As you're pumping the wand, air's going in and that's just going to dry out the formula. So don't pump the wand to get mascara onto the wand. What I do is simply open mascara, and as I'm doing it, I'll just twist it around like this in circular motions to make sure it's picking up as much product as you can. Then pull it out. I mean, you're always going to get a little bit of excess on there. So I kind of wipe it slightly on the edge of the tube, just to see how much is on there. That's all you need to do. Do not pump the wand because it dries the mascara out. As far, you know, the one problem with mascara is clumping. People always say my mascara clumps. That is due to the mascara being dry and the formula being off, basically. You shouldn't really keep mascara for longer than 6 months. It can cause infections. Don't ever share mascara, but it's also can cause clumping. Okay, so now when it comes to applying mascara, everyone has their own way. I've watched many makeup artists doing it differently. Most of them always do it in a zigzag motion. The easiest way that's not going to smudge on anywhere else other than it's not going to smudge around my eye is looking slightly down. Right, I'm going to grab a mirror. I grab a hand mirror and as I'm doing it, I'm looking down. Because if you're looking up like that, then you're just going to end up putting mascara all over your brow bone. So looking down like this and just gently going from the base to the tips. Now, even I've done that, I've still managed to get some on my eyelids. So you really have got to keep looking down. That's my other tip, is always have a cotton bud handy to wipe away any smudges. I just have a cotton bud. I dip it in maybe a bit of Vaseline or a bit of cleanser. And then just wipe away any smudges. Cotton buds are just like a must-have to have around you when you're putting your makeup on. They're just great at smudging away, raising any mistakes. If you want to apply another coat, wait for that to dry, because you need to let the first layer dry in order for the second layer to go on properly and not be wiped away as you're applying your mascara. So I wait like between 30 and 60 seconds for that to dry. So I'll just apply another coat now, because that should have dried by now. Just wiggling as you go. The zigzag motion helps it go on clump free and coats the whole of the lash rather than just one side of it. Another thing makeup artists do is that they'll coat like on top and below, because as you're doing it, you're only coating that bit and you're zigzagging, so you're trying to get the whole of the lash, but sometimes they'll just go over it like that, but that can cause smudging. So there you go. That's quite voluminous. Now, sometimes you still get clumps. So I always think it's really worth investing in a lash comb, because it really helps the eyelashes. When you're combing through them, it really helps them look clump free. You really don't want clumpy eyelashes. It doesn't look attractive. So I tend to then brush through them with a lash comb. You kind of got to do that in a zigzag motion as well. The other thing you don't want to do is wait for your eyelashes to dry before you comb through them. So as soon as you've done that second coat, or the last coat that you're doing, you might do a third coat, don't wait for your lashes to dry, because if they're dry, the comb won't be able to brush through them. Okay, so that's done. Now, with my other eye, I've just thought I might apply my kind of weekend Sunday mascara, which is not as volumizing, yeah, that's the word. It's the Burt's Bees Nourishing Mascara, which I love. You can see the difference in those mascaras. This one is a little bit more, it's not as dramatic, and that one has a lot more volume. Okay, so I'm mascaraed and I'm ready. The other thing is bottom lashes. I never apply mascara to my bottom lashes. I'm lucky because they're dark. So I think if you've got lighter, blonder hairs or red hair, then obviously you might want to apply it. I always recommend, if you are going to apply it, to apply it just with the tip of the mascara wand like that, because you're just catching, you don't want to go into the roots, you just want to catch the edges to give them that bit of colour. Hold the wand vertically and run across the tips of the bottom lashes. Now, the other thing is you could try, which is another makeup artist tip that I've picked up, is try brown mascara on the lower lashes, because sometimes when you've got black on the bottom and you're quite fair, it can look quite fake. So that's a really kind of nice natural alternative, to have a brown mascara on the lashes, bottom lashes. You can get specific, I think Pixie do one, like a specific mascara for your bottom lashes, and it has a smaller wand, so it's easier to apply on the kind of sparser and tinier lashes, but I don't think it's really necessary to get a separate one. So yeah, I personally don't like mascara on lower lashes, but you know, it's all personal preference. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my mascara masterclass and you learned a couple of things. Thanks for watching.